up, YouTube? Sunday morning, January 30th, I believe. We are on our way. We're going to head out to Forgotten Angels today and do some volunteer work. But I want to talk to you a little bit about that. If you've been paying attention to my videos recently, I've been troubleshooting a coolant leak. Yesterday, after I finished the slave cylinder, I topped it off with coolant, went on a test ride, got it up to full operating temp. Normally, that would cause it to piss. Not a drop. There's not a drop in the garage. There's not a drop under there. So I clearly have no idea what's going on. This will be my first good ride since yesterday when I changed this slave cylinder, and man, there's such a huge difference in how the clutch feels when you pull it in, when the components aren't all full of bullshit. It's amazing how parts work like they're supposed to when you take proper care of them. So the bike has, I can't see it because the speedometer's in the way, but it's almost 98,000 miles on the odometer. The guy I watched on the tutorial for the slave cylinder was talking about something like 80,000 miles. So there's a good chance this has never been done, but I think it has, just because of the condition of the hardware. With all the work that I've done on the motorcycle lately, I just wonder how close it feels to how it felt back in 94 or 95 when this thing came off the factory line. Obviously, I'm not foolish enough to believe that it feels just like it did when it was factory fresh, but it's got to feel really close to how it was way back then. I love the feel of this thing. From the brakes working better, to the suspension existing, to the clutch, slave cylinder being rebuilt. Everything just, well, I imagine, feels like it's supposed to feel. And I'm a big fan of that. Now, if I could get it to look the same way as it did in 95, that's a whole different story. I don't know how far into the beautification I want to get into it, but there are definitely some things that I'd like to improve upon. So today is volunteer day at Forgotten Angels, and I teeter back and forth on whether I was going to, I say teeter a lot. You know what else I say a lot? I noticed when I was editing the video from yesterday, the word nasty when things are nasty. Like, pick a different word, Mike. There's a bunch of them. Disgusting, motley, dirty, grimy, grungy. And so Kyle, drunk on a field, started doing the every couple of weeks ride this year. A schedule he's been trying to stick to. 2 weeks ago got kind of canceled because of the rain. They all went out and did some things. Some of them went out, and I believe they worked on the Forgotten Angels property anyway. And then this week would have been the third one for the year, and this was a scheduled event. And I teeter back and forth on, there was never a question on whether I was going to go. I'm going, but I've been teetering back and forth on if I was going to make a video for today. And the big reason is because I don't want anyone to ever get the impression that I would be going to do something in the name of charity just for content. On the other hand, well, if I had three hands, it'd be perfect. On the other hand, I'm doing things on my motorcycle with my motorcycle friends, and that's normally when I do record, so we're gonna record it. The third hand is I think a lot of people in this community are genuinely interested in what goes on with Forgotten Angels. So as my buddy Two Wheel Terror said, just don't make it a focal point, grab some clips here and there, because I think a lot of people would want to see what's going on. That's ultimately what sealed the deal on me saying, yeah, I'll record here and there. Recording this video today will not be a priority. The priority is seeing what work they need and getting that work done, and not make it come across as though I'm just looking for content. I am a little bit late. It's 10:20 right now, and this event was supposed to start at 10. I intentionally made myself late, and here's why. Last night / this morning is supposedly the coldest morning in like 27 years in the Tampa area. Supposedly it got down to like 29 degrees overnight. There's Mike's weather report again. We're doing it, boys. If it was going to stay in the low 30s, upper 20s, there's no way in hell I was going to ride my motorcycle, because I just don't have that kind of cold weather gear. But if I waited until after 10, it would be mid 40s, which is obviously more than manageable. So that's why I waited, just so I wasn't so cold. Because if I would have gone so I could be there at 10, I would have driven my car, and that's not what I want to do. So I should have worn it right now. I was a little warm standing in the sun in my driveway, so I didn't put my neck gaiter on. But that neck gaiter I bought the other day on I don't know, Tuesday or whatever it was. I wore it Friday night to the bar. Holy shit, that thing is probably the warmest piece of gear that I've ever owned on a motorcycle. I don't have any heated anything, battery powered anything, plug-in anything. But the way that thing works, man, if you have it tucked into your jacket, if you have one, you already know. If you don't have one, I guess I'm selling you on the idea. Tucked down into my jacket, it takes your body heat and pushes it up through the neck gaiter. So your whole neck, chin, face area stays pretty warm. I was kind of worried that because it was fabric that the wind would push through it, but it stays so bunched up that really wasn't the case. So I'm a big fan of that. I don't think I'm going to need it very long throughout the year because, you know, we're already going to be in the 80s on Thursday of next week. So winter is short-lived, if at all, down here. Hey, if you haven't already, while I got you here, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button down below. Really helps out the channel. Still trying to hit that goal, baby. 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. We're growing, but not at the pace that's going to get us to 10K. If you have some ideas on some things that I should do to help me get there, I'm all ears. Let's get on down the road. We're going to stop and grab some beer on the way to Forgotten Angels because it's cold out and we don't even need a cooler, I don't think. Have some beers throughout the day, get a little work done, and we'll see you down the road. Speak of the devil, she's like a geyser, baby. I knew she wouldn't let me down. Look. Well, now I can see that it's coming from the front there, so that's kind of nice to know, I guess. I've got that tool coming in tomorrow. We'll be able to troubleshoot it from there, but I was in Wawa for about 15 minutes. Yeah, she's pissing pretty good under pressure, man. I'm sure you guys have all seen the videos. Forgotten Angels is in a really pretty part of the area. Also, it's amazing how much quicker you can get out here when you're not behind 300 other motorcycles. Gosh, I hope I remember later. I guess these guys are being assholes. Their neighbors out here lately. I don't know the full extent of it, and maybe it's not my story to tell, but still. Anyway, it looks like everybody's gathered around, so we'll see you there. Out at the Forgotten Angels, we got a pretty big turnout, man. I'm really impressed and pleased to see how many people came out to do this thing. We've got crews, a little bit of everywhere. I've been helping with some trash, some cleanup of the fire pit, loading some more wood out. So we can burn it in the fire pit now that it's cleaned out mostly. But I was actually surprised at how many people rode their motorcycles today because it was in the 30s this morning. Hey, how we doing, brother? Hey, pretty good, man. Always good to see Aaron. Let's take a look. Here we go. She thinks my tractor's sexy. So big salute to everybody who rode their motorcycles out here today, man. It wasn't everybody that did it. I waited until 10. This thing started at 10 o'clock, like I said. So I was late on purpose because I left at 10 o'clock so I could ride in the 40s. But some other guys rode out here in the 30s, so fucking hats off to you. So we had this whole fire pit back here just full of bullshit. And we basically took all that and put it into here. We first started doing that manually with shovels, but somebody got smart instead of working hard. Went and rented that. That is the way to go. So we've got a few projects going on. We got this fire pit that we're clearing out here. We got some other guys working on an A-frame over there. Looks like more housing. We've got more piles of shit going on over there that we cleaned out. Still got a lot to do, but we're making pretty good progress because of how many people showed up.
It's also because I'm a great director and I'm just making things happen, and that's what I do, is just make them happen.
Dude, he's been supervising this whole day. He's been the best supervisor I've ever worked for.
That's because I got great workers working for me for a great pay rate.
Excellent pay rate.
Double what I'm paying you and take the rest of the week off.
Undercover lesbians.
What's up?
Touring the work. This is the real supervisor work right here. You guys are doing a hell of a job over there.
Never seen an A-frame look the same 3 days in a row.
I feel like we've been busy the whole time I've been out here, but I can't even tell you what we've actually done, to be perfectly honest.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show what the ladies did.
Yeah?
Yes.
So the ladies have actually been over here working their fucking asses off. They've been building like a sitting area. This is called corner.
It is.
Back here.
It's exactly what it is.
Because nobody's coming back here. When we first came out here, there was nothing but the bones of dead children. And now...
Bones of dead children with mulch and rock on it.
Now we've just ensured that they'll never be found. Hell of a job. Look at you guys. Supervisor's work is never done. We have to make sure all these knuckleheads are doing exactly what I expect of them at all times.
This is not.
This is the assistant trailer park manager right here. That's probably the most tangible evidence that there were people out here working of the whole fucking day. And we've been out here, I got here at like 11:15. They've been out here since 10, and that's probably the only thing you can tell that was actually done. I mean, the fire pit was done, and I helped with that
I'm gonna be
quite
honest,
a bit.
it was the ladies. We did it. We made it happen.
Josh's philanthropy knows no bounds. He's teaching this young man how to drive a stick right now.
With a beer in his hand.
With a beer in his hand. That's the only way to do it.
Well, I got my beer. I gotta put this down.
Oh, you don't. Jeeps are better with beer in hand.
What is this for? Water. God
Holy
damn it.
shit!
Then get the beer. So.
All right, hold that. We got to get the water off this thing.
All right, gotcha.
1, 2, 3. Oh, God. Oh, it's on my ass. I was like, why is the top so heavy?
It's not even...
Oh,
It
there's so
ain't
much
even
water.
on it, is it?
Oh, no, you still got about half of that.
All right, man, here
Can
we
you
go.
hold my beer?
Yep, I got you.
All right.
All right, we gotta have to get real close, dude. Yeah. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Put a bikini top on a Jeep in Florida. This is fantastic. That was a good time, man. It really was. I know I say that after pretty much everything. That was a good time, man, but it really was. I have a good time hanging out with people. I couldn't even tell you like how much work got done. David laid out a whole bunch of things that needed to be done when we first got there, but I wasn't keeping track of it. And we got a big ass fire pit cleared out for a bunch of shit that wasn't flammable, and we rebuilt a new fire pit out of center block. Went from circle to square. The ladies did a really good job. Holy shit, I gotta slow down. Evil Knievel on this son of a bitch. Josh and Gunny Z took their gold wings a little bit ahead of me. I'm very slow when I get ready to go. It takes me a while to get all my shit in, but I think next week, according to Kyle, we're gonna try to do something a little bit more just regular, riding around, getting into some bullshit type stuff. So I know he's heading closer to downtown. I'm heading to North Tampa. We'll probably ride here for a little bit going this way because there's not really a whole lot of options when you're going this direction. So at some point I'm going to have to go north, but in the meantime we're all going to go west, and then we're going to split off. I'm going to do my thing with my wife this evening. Not sure what it is we're going to get into, but I know we're going to get into something. So, oh man, Josh is having a good time making fun. Josh is making fun of Gunny back here for wearing a high-vis jacket, and he's making fun of me with my thick-ass leather jacket because I'm a badass. I'm one American badass. Look at us with our gold wings, dude.
Keep on knocking off me like that, kid. I'm gonna bang your mom if you give me step down.
I dare you. All right, so not a Mike's Taste of Tampa, but my wife and I, we're at our spot, and normally it is a Saturday night spot. Because we didn't go out last night and I was at the Forgotten Angels thing all day today, we decided to come here for dinner, watch the football games, and then call it a night. So I'm gonna wrap this video up right here. Today was a good day. Like I mentioned earlier on, I wasn't gonna record a whole lot of it. I got a few clips here and there, but that wasn't the focal point. The focus was just me being out there, having a good time, a lot of camaraderie, and I'm glad you came along as always, and until next time, we'll see you later.